Good morning, everybody. This is meteorologist David Burgett, of course, with KTTC. I'm giving you an update with the latest blizzard potential for this afternoon and kind of the conditions we're going to be seeing this morning. So what I have going on for you today is just a little bit of a longer rundown in terms of a bigger weather hit or weather story that we show on air. And I'll be showing you some road conditions on Minnesota 511. And if you have any questions, I can try to answer those for you too. So right now, of course, we are looking at a first alert day here at KTTC. What we're looking at is for today just some of that wind, rain, snow that we've been seeing throughout the morning hours. And for today, we'll see that mix from that snow to rain throughout the morning hours and even some heavier snow as we get into the afternoon. Of course, with this system that's going to be pulling throughout the upper Midwest, up towards just south of our region into Iowa today, we'll start to see a mix. We'll start to see some gustier winds with that could create some of those whiteout conditions across portions of southern Minnesota and northeast Iowa. So there's plenty of weather alerts that are in place for this morning from the National Weather Service. From 7 o'clock on Wednesday this morning, a blizzard warning went into effect and a winter storm warning. That's for Winona County, and a winter weather advisory for some of our counties off to the south into northeast Iowa and Houston County in southern Minnesota will be underneath that winter weather advisory from noon today and until 10 o'clock tonight. So those warnings and advisories are likely issued for blowing snow. That could still create some whiteout conditions later on for this evening. So that's what we're looking at for those alerts. Taking a live look at radar right now, we do have just a lot going on at the moment. We do have some thunder that's on off toward south of I-90 primarily. So we've seen some thunderstorms wind up through the northern Iowa today. Some of those were a little bit severe south of our region though, into Franklin County, just south of Sierra Gorda County. We did see a severe thunderstorm warning happen twice for some quarter-sized hail, but when they made their way up towards northern Iowa, there's a little bit drier air in place. That likely broke up some of those thunderstorms, but still some lightning and thunder, maybe some small hail was seen in some of our southern counties today. But that low pressure system, that's going to be centered right now off towards Kansas City, Missouri. And you just know this is going to be a big storm that's going to impact portions already of the upper Midwest and Central Plains. So off towards North Platte, Nebraska, we see there's some heavy snowfall down there. A little bit moderate to lighter snowfall extending into Dodge City. But there is also, looks like, a severe thunderstorm warning just on the border of Iowa and Illinois for this hour. So as we go throughout much of the rest of today, we're going to see those larger and heavier snow bands take shape, and we'll have with future track here on our surface map more of that widespread snowfall and that heavier snowfall beginning into the afternoon. Then we'll start to clear out gradually across the region, I do think around 6:30. And notice there was a little bit of some activity there into Illinois besides the snow on the back half of that low pressure system. So like today, some of us did see some thunderstorms in northern Iowa. We're in that level 1 risk. Primarily, I would think throughout the morning, I expect throughout the morning for that low level thunderstorm threat. But the heart of that really will extend into Peoria for their chance to see severe weather ahead of that cold front as it will slide on off towards the Great Lakes region. So let's take you hour by hour now, because this is what you really want to know. We'll have some, with future track, we'll see that transition from rain to snow a little bit for this morning and into the afternoon. We're still expecting to see some heavier snowfall with this system and throughout the morning, a little bit in the late morning into the early afternoon hours. Notice how widespread or scattered that heavier snowfall is on future track right now. So we'll see more of that heavier snowfall kind of fall from Winona a little bit and into Mason City today for a narrow band of some larger or heavier snowfall, I should say. But really there's more of a wintry mix down into some of our counties as this pushes through into Houston and Allamakee counties into more of those eastern counties, like I said. But really around 6 o'clock tonight, we'll start to see a lot of this start to pull off towards from west to east. And we'll start to see a clearing there. And a lot of this will be wrapped up likely around the 8 o'clock hour, maybe a few remnants on the back end of this low pressure system. And pretty much we'll see our skies start to clear out. Our temperatures will drop into the 20s by overnight tomorrow morning. Still a little bit breezy for tonight though, heading into the overnight hours, so blowing snow could be an issue with that. But take a look at this. We'll have some more sunshine into tomorrow afternoon, and highs will be in the 30s and 40s across the region, which I think will be a nice change of pace that we did see from today, what we're expecting for today at least. So Right now, then we're going to be seeing some more cloud coverage build in through Friday. So right now, that snowfall timing is still going to be likely around the afternoon hours for those heaviest bands. Still expecting to see a lot of that heavier snowfall before we start to trail on off. Of course, by the 7 to 8 o'clock hour in Olmsted County. Snowfall totals we've been looking at. An interesting thing that did happen yesterday with short-term models was that they were showing that heavier band originally north. If you're watching us throughout the week, we were saying that band was going to be originally north towards Red Wing, extending into Albert Lea. But ever since yesterday afternoon, a little bit in the morning, those short-term models and other model runs have started shifting that a little bit more south. So that narrow band of heavy snow is expected to bring 6 to 9 inches potentially there from Winona stretching down into Mason City, and though around that is a darker blue that's going to have potential for possibly 3 to 6 inches across other portions of southern Minnesota and northeast Iowa. And when this heavier band of snow comes through, travel is going to be pretty hazardous out there, especially with some blowing snow from gusts at around 40 to 55 miles per hour. So just remember, just don't stay off the roads. Don't have to be on them unless you have to, because it will be dangerous out there. And right now across the region, we are going to be seeing some pretty breezy conditions. Wind gusts in Rochester already at 47 miles per hour, 37 in Worthington, 52 into northern Iowa right now. So this is still a strong low pressure system because we can measure that with the winds right now. And overall, those winds will be pretty breezy throughout the day. Again, those gusts could be well above 30 miles per hour across the region, into the 40s and 50s in some isolated spots. We did see a little bit of snow on our live cameras into Austin and Mankato. I think a lot of that snowfall and rainfall right now is having a little bit of a harder time to make it to the ground right now. Could be likely impacting our snowfall totals, but temperatures around the region are going to be into the 30s for this afternoon, and we'll have those winds pretty breezy out there. Looking ahead for today, we'll still have that chance for the snow and the heavy snow in the forecast for this afternoon into the evening hours, so still be prepared for that. Tomorrow, though, like I said, we're going to start to clear out in terms of that snowfall and the cloud coverage for clearer skies tomorrow morning. Temperatures will rise into the upper 30s and lower 40s across the region. And we do have some precipitation chances in the forecast there into Friday for some stray showers, and then another rain-snow mix we're expecting for Sunday. So quickly right now, I do want to give you an update on roads. So give me 1 second and I can answer anyone's questions that they might have on this system. So just taking a look at roads, like I said, a lot of that precipitation is having a kind of a difficult time trying to make it to the ground at this point. That will likely impact our snowfall totals too, I'm expecting, and how long we stay above that freezing point will likely impact that snowfall totals. And if I forgot to mention before, the snowfall we are expecting is still expected to be that wet, heavier snow out there for this afternoon. So right now we are looking at our highway cameras around the region, and still pretty dry conditions out there. And I think we'll start to see hopefully some more snow into this afternoon for some more deteriorating road conditions. That's what we're still expecting, like I've been saying. But around Civic Center Drive, we're seeing some clear roads all across the region, and maybe some rainfall still into northern Iowa. But this is Minnesota 511's MnDOT map right now, and you see there's going to be a lot more of those partially covered roadways across the region. And if I switch to the map here, I'll be able to pull up some road conditions out there and see what snowplows are actually seeing. So if we go over to, what is this, 14? We go over to 14. I think I'm already on it. Let me refresh the page for you. There's some light slush on the roadways. Taking a look now, the roadways do look pretty clear, if I say so myself. So road conditions are in good shape right now, at least on portions of the viewing area, it looks like, based on these snowplow cameras. So this one is I-90, some light slush on the roadways, maybe a little bit on there. Maybe there's still precipitation falling right now, but accumulations are going to be a little bit on the minor side for this morning, of course. Let me look into northern Iowa right now. Iowa 511. I'll take it back to max 1 real quick to show that. Cool. Iowa. Maybe I have to type with this keyboard. Iowa, there we go, 511. Let's get a look at what they're seeing in northern Iowa right now, because they have fully covered roads they're reporting on as the system approaches. So they've been seeing a lot more rainfall and gustier winds today, and maybe some quarter-sized hail. Oh, so conditions are changing there into northern Iowa. So we're starting to see that transition from rain to snow right now based on MnDOT reports to help verify for us here in the Weather Center. So if I switch back to the other computer for us right now, we will start to see some fully covered roadways into northern Iowa. So again, this is what MnDOT's seeing, or Iowa Dot I should be saying, into northern Iowa on US 69. So we're seeing that transition from rain to snow officially now throughout these morning hours, like we've been reporting on throughout the morning. Now we're seeing more accumulation into northern Iowa, so roads will become more slick throughout the morning and into the afternoon, especially when we get that heavier snowfall in. So if you're going to be on the roads this morning, just do all your errands before all that heavy snow arrives, and just make sure you're not on the roads when that takes shape. So still if I want to look around there into northern Iowa, travel is not advised on US 169. So that's a little bit, I think, west of some of our counties and to the south, obviously. So yes, those blizzard conditions are likely throughout this afternoon. Roads don't look awful, but I think that's because of the snow plows that are plowing them. So that's kind of a look at what's going on with this wonderful winter system that we're getting throughout much of the region. But a lot of you wanted some snowfall for this spring, late in spring, right? Let me try to pull up some comments, see if I can answer any questions about the system or what we're still forecasting for. Nothing in Rochester, according to Kim. Yeah, I know, we're going to see that. Nothing in radar shows band of snow, yet we have nothing. Yes, I think that's having a little bit of trouble making it to the ground right now, but we're still expected to see a lot of that. Heavy snow in Spring Valley, gotcha. Thank you for that update. So yeah, that snow is nothing to mess with as it transitions out from that rain-snow mix. So road conditions, like I've been saying, I'm gonna repeat myself a bunch of times, will continue to deteriorate across the region, and it'll be pretty much hazardous travel throughout the afternoon. And rain-sleet mix near Mabel with Nancy. So thank you for those weather reports. Just windy here in around the region too. Yeah, those winds will be pretty hazardous there too. Sleeting, just rain in Winona. So yeah, a lot of this, what we're gonna see this morning, was a little bit drier in some areas, and then, like I've been saying, I'll transition from that sleet or that rain-snow mix into that heavier snow later on this afternoon. So that's just a little bit of an update what we're experiencing here around the region. So yeah, definitely a wild low-pressure system that's going to be off towards just the south of us today as it passes up into northeast of us. So be safe later for today and stay weather aware. We'll keep you updated here at KTTC, and thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your Wednesday.